I remember the day it all came crashing down like it was yesterday. It was a Sunday, our family's sacred day, and I was presenting my research at the local agricultural fair. I stood in front of a crowd, my heart racing with a mix of excitement and dread. I had just discovered a strain of fungus that linked to supernatural plant growth, a phenomenon that could transform our understanding of botany. But instead of the applause I hoped for, laughter erupted. Insane. My father shouted, his voice cutting through the air sharper than a knife. "This is a disgrace. You're wasting your life on fairy tales." My mother joined in, her voice dripping with scorn. "You'll ruin our family name. Stop this madness before it's too late." The laughter swelled, drowning my voice. I was a fool to think they would understand. I had devoted my life to Baneful Botany, a field steeped in rural superstition. They had always seen it as an obsession, a delusion, a path leading to madness. And yet the haunting truth of what I had witnessed lurked in the shadows of my mind, refusing to be ignored. I left that day, a storm of humiliation and anger swirling within me. I spent years in isolation, poring over cursed crops and mapping out the territories of plants that defied logic. The world outside scoffed at me, but I didn't care. I discovered the dark secrets that lay hidden in the soil, learned how to nurture the very fungi that could bring devastation. And in return, they whispered their secrets to me. Every plant was a new experience, a communion with something otherworldly. But with each discovery came a price. I felt myself unraveling, slowly becoming an echo of the person I once was. My mind fractured. My dreams were haunted by visions of twisting roots and vines that ensnared my spirit. And still I persevered, until finally a breakthrough came. I gained recognition for what others dared not acknowledge. I became an expert in baneful botany, feared and respected, but never truly welcomed back into society. Years later, I returned to the family home, a grim determination in my heart. They needed to see what their disbelief had wrought. I was no longer the broken child they had ridiculed. I was a harbinger of truths that could not be ignored. They would witness the dark knowledge I had unearthed. As I walked up the path to our old farmhouse, memories flooded back. Laughter, love, betrayal. I could see the curtains twitch as my family peered out. Doubts clawed at my mind, but I pushed them aside. I knocked on the door, and when it swung open, I was met with a mixture of shock and disdain. "Look who it is," my brother sneered, stepping aside to let me enter. "The ghost of insanity." I didn't respond. I simply stepped into the dimly lit room, filled with the scents of stale coffee and decaying wood. "I'm here to show you something," I said, my voice steady despite the tremors of uncertainty. They followed me to the backyard, where I revealed my collection of potted plants, my cursed crops. Each one pulsed with an unnatural vibrancy, their leaves shimmering under the fading sun. I recalled all the years spent nurturing these plants, how their dark energies had seeped into my very being. "Do you remember mocking me for believing in these?" I asked, gesturing to the flora. "For believing there was something more than what we see?" "Are you insane?" my sister whispered, stepping back. "Those plants, they can't be real." "They're very real," I replied, my heart racing with a mixture of dread and excitement. "And they carry a weight you cannot begin to understand." Before I could elaborate, the wind picked up, swirling around us like a whirlwind. The plants began to writhe, their roots breaking through the soil, stretching toward the sky as if awakening from a long slumber. It was beautiful and horrifying, a spectacle of nature that danced in the twilight, a dark ballet of life and death. They watched, eyes wide with terror, as the plants unleashed their essence. A thick fog seeped from the soil, wrapping around my family like a serpent. I could see their expressions change, the realization dawning in their faces. They had mocked a truth they could not comprehend, and now they were witnesses to its power. "Please, stop this," my mother cried, her voice trembling. "You're scaring us." I turned to her, the weight of what I had become pressing against my chest. "You called me insane, but look at what lies before you. This isn't madness. It's the reality you refused to see." As the fog thickened, the sounds of the night warped into a symphony of dread. Shadows danced in the mist, and I could feel the presence of something ancient, something vengeful. The very air around us crackled with energy, as if the earth itself demanded acknowledgement. My family stumbled back, eyes darting in panic. "It's too late!" I shouted over the rising winds. "You made your choice when you chose disbelief. Now you must witness the cost." The ground shook, and the plants erupted into a frenzy, their roots snaking forth to ensnare my family. They screamed, their voices drowned out by the cacophony of nature's wrath, as the very world they had dismissed consumed them. And in that moment, I felt a bittersweet sense of vindication. The knowledge I had gained, the horrors I had faced alone, now surrounded me like a crown of darkness. My family had learned too late the weight of their ridicule, the consequences of their disbelief. As the mist enveloped them, I turned away, leaving them to their fate. I walked back toward the path, knowing that I had embraced the truths that terrified them. The world would remember me not as a disgrace, but as a warning, a testament to the horrors that lie hidden in the soil. In that haunting silence, I felt liberated. I had triumphed over the shadows that claimed me, and I would carry the weight of my knowledge into the world, a darkness that others could never fathom. And as I stepped into the twilight, I understood that my journey was only just beginning.